What's everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Twilight Princess for the Nintendo GameCube Minimalist Run. Last time we beat the city in the sky, and today we're heading off to the Palace of Twilight, the Twilighty realm, with all of our shards intact. That's right, folks, we're coming towards the very end of the game, and it's pretty straightforward from here because we don't need to do any prereqs to get there or the dungeon after. Spoilers, but hey, it's a minimalist run. What did you expect? uh, so yeah, I like to consider the dungeons within this game like a part of a specific category. Like the first three are the few shadow dungeons. The next four are like the Twilight Shard dungeons, and then the last two are the end-game dungeons. And yeah, I guess it makes sense too, since each of the halves I did prior were like 30 parts each. Yep, I went back and counted. Weird coincidence. And yeah, not a whole lot left, folks. I mean, there is that one side quest and the possibility of us doing the Cave of Ordeals, but here we are, folks. The end of Twilight Princess is near. Holy flit. I didn't think I'd actually get this far in a while, but... And here, this part is mostly just going to be exposition. Exposition. The Fledkin, you and your pronunciation skills, or lack thereof. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy a huge chunk of plot, I guess. Because there's plenty of it in this very video. It's a very weird setup, I might add. And that's it right there. Some call our realm a world of shadows, but that makes it sound unpleasant. The twilight there holds a serene beauty. You have seen it yourself as the sun sets on this world. Bathed in that light, all people were pure and gentle. No. But things changed once that foul power pervaded our world. It was all our... Huh? Where'd you come from? We overestimated our abilities as sages and attempted to put an end to Ganondorf's evil magic. I hope you can find it in yourself to forgive our carelessness. Yeah, it's because of these guys we're in the situation we're in, huh? Holy crap. Oh. So I guess they knew she was the Twilight Princess too, huh? Guess you can't keep secrets hiding too long now. Can't keep them hiding forever. What? So, you knew? I'm not for sure what kind of voice to give Midna at this point because she's undergone so much character development. She doesn't have that spunk she had back in the first half. As a ruler who fled her people, I'm hardly qualified to forgive you. At least she's honest. Ah! He didn't even touch her. Yeah, that's not actually her true form. She was actually transformed into that shape by Zant. So that's new. Never really had any build up about that beforehand, but yeah. But it looks like she was able to run off with one of the few shadows in hand. She looks kind of weird without that helmet on, now that I think about it. Ugh. Ah! Ah! That smile. In our world, we've long believed that a hero would appear as a divine beast. Okay, so that explains why you were stalking us. That's why, when I found you, I thought I could use you, Link. Oh my word, that smile, man. and I only cared about returning our world to normal. I didn't care what happened to the world of light, not at all. But then you saw everything. He barely looks like he's paying attention at all. But after witnessing the selfless lengths that Princess Zelda and you have gone to, your sacrifices, I know now, in the bottom of my heart, that I must save this world too. There is no other way. I love this musical piece, by the way. I know it's a rearrangement of the boss defeated song, but I actually like this rearrangement even more. If we could just defeat Zant, the curse on me will dissolve, and we may be able to revive Zelda. Let's go, Link. For Zelda. For all of this world. I guess we step on that thing. Alrighty. So let's get to it now, shall we? Another thing that sets apart the in-game dungeons from the others is that they don't really have a dungeon item per se. Well, this one kind of does, but you only get to wield it within this very dungeon alone. But welcome to the Palace of Twilight, a very structured, formulated dungeon. Basically, you take on 2 branches at a time and then you go straight from there. It's a very linear dungeon. It's got some clever puzzles, though. I left behind the Twilight, those who had followed me, who considered me their ruler. Even now, as they remain here, suffering, they believe that help will come for this world. But if they were to see that the only help for them was a hideous little imp, don't you think they'd feel let down? It's only for a little bit longer. Do you mind if I continue to hide as your shadow while you're in human form? I'm sorry. Yeah, Menda really has changed. Again, it's stuff like that that is the reasoning behind why I consider Menda like one of the best support characters in the entire series. But yeah, these are the residents of the Twilight Realm, and they've been infected by stuff put on them by Zant. And we'll need the dungeon item, quote unquote, to do something about it. However, I will say this, it has something to do with the Master Sword. And this is by far going to be the only dungeon I need it. And I looked it up online, and you do, in fact, need the Master Sword to get through a lot of this stuff. I mean, yeah, it is expected of you to go through these puzzles, but, I mean, there isn't much of a workaround around it either. So, until I get the dungeon item, quote-unquote, I'm going to be sticking with the Ordon Sword for now. And I guess I'll change my shield up too, since there's not really any fire-based enemies to deal with. In fact, that's another thing too. Like, I thought there were really big specific differences between the shields. But no, the only difference between the two of them is that one burns up and one doesn't. There really isn't that much of a difference at all. It's extremely subtle. So, I will admit, I did break a rule back in Hidden Village by accidentally pulling out my Hylian shield and then reverting right back to the wooden shield to avoid it from being completely burned. But I don't know, man. I guess just having the wooden shield throughout just isn't as big of a deal as you'd think it'd be. But overall, despite its linearity, I mostly like this dungeon because of just how atmospheric it is. It is by far one of the most atmospheric dungeons in the entire game. And I know that might not be you know, the right reason to like a dungeon, I guess, but I mean, come on, you're in the actual world of Twilight, not just some artificially made world covered in it, I guess, but this is the real deal, is what I'm trying to say. And it definitely feels and looks very creepy, very intimidating. From the music alone and just the aura around you. I mean, when you go outside, for example, just look at the sky and it's like the most unsettling thing ever. But anywho, these shadow bug things, I think that's what you called them. I'm not for sure. I wasn't paying attention. Basically, whenever we go into these, we're forcefully reverted into a wolf. Which, now that I think about it, why is it that whenever we set foot into the Twilight realm, we don't actually get affected by its side effects until we come into the stuff like this? Also, I need to be super careful here because these hard pieces are extremely easy to get, and as a result, I don't want to accidentally run into one. We got a Keegan. So yeah, very straightforward dungeon, but it's got an interesting gimmick or two going for it, which does more than enough to make up for it, I guess. It is a short dungeon, though, so expect maybe 2 or 3 videos out of it, which probably isn't saying much because I finished City in the Sky in like 3 videos minus the boss. So, yeah. I guess I really just underestimate these dungeons, I swear. And that is a plot MacGuffin. We need to collect 2 of these to get the quote-unquote dungeon item. And I forgot to look up if Zant himself is only weak to the Master Sword. Because it's like I said, I forgot Argorok was only beatable by the Master Sword, not the Ordon or Wooden Sword, so I might have to look that up, like, in between videos or something, just to make sure. Not this Zant, though. This is a incarnation of him known as Phantom Zant. Kind of reminds me of Phantom Ganon, of all things. Whoa, my word. These are very overwhelming. How did that not hit him? Do jump attacks not work on him or something? Words for the troubles. Just gonna have to really rely on the camera in this fight. Like, automatically moving it around yourself. What? Alright, Phantom Zant. Can't hide forever. Be weird if you were weak to the Master Sword and not the Ordon Sword. It'd make no freaking sense at all. I better hope that's actually not the case, though. That would suck. Like, there needs to be a guide online saying what the Master Sword works on and what doesn't. Because if this fight drags on for way too long, I'm just going to assume that you need the Master Sword. That is janky. Okay, you don't. I was a bit worried there for a sec. Ah! Alrighty, so let's go ahead and grab our prize. Womp. Okay, Mr. Soul, come to me. Yep. It's very pure indeed. Sure thingy. Oh, and by the way, that hand is kind of like a wall master in the sense that it'll follow you around throughout the entire dungeon until you bring it to its offering space. So yeah, you might want to be quick on your toes, and that's essentially the gimmick of the first half. Like, because of how structured this dungeon is, it's essentially split into two halves. The first half being you getting these things, and then the second half with the linear pathway leading to Zant, essentially. I know there's like a way of stunning him, I just can't remember what you have to do. And each of those halves have like different gimmicks running for them. And they're pretty smart gimmicks if I do say so myself. And yeah, that thing is a stalker, so you might want to hurry up. Go away, you jerks. Weird rat things. Ah! Ah! Oh yeah, you can stun them for a bit too, so keep that in mind. Can I actually reach that from here? Yep, I sure can. Them game designers sure are smart. Except for when this thing has like barely any inertia to it. Ah! Don't you dare kill me! Hurry, 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 hurry. Oh. Man! I didn't think all the enemies here would do like half a heart's worth of damage. Holy flit, I need to be more careful. Let's just hope that that pot right there has some hearts. 'Cause I need it. Ugh. And we need to quickly make our way through here. Ignore the Deku Babas, or Twilight Babas, or whatever you may call them. Holy flit, that was so close. You know what, I might just make this an extended video because I'd like to get the second half, or the first half done in one go. And that exposition didn't take up nearly as much as I thought it would, like, take up for the whole portion of the video, you know? And I completely forgot to do something about these guys. I'm so heartless. Oh well, not that I can really do a thing about all of them anyway, because you have to come over here and do something about this guy, and you can't bring the first soul over here. What would have been nice though is if they would have designed it to where you can choose which path you went on to first. So like if you're speedrunning the game or something, you can prioritize one path over the other. I'm just saying, you could have made some interesting non-linear element here, Nintendo. Holy crap, these things are annoying. Guess I'm gonna have to take them out with a Hiruzel's bow. This might be one of the most dangerous parts of the entire run, if I'm not careful. No! 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 Case in point. Okay, so we need to land on that in order to move on. Holy flit, precision platforming in a Zelda game. What is this madness? What is this? Purple roops. Ah! Okay, so that doesn't work. Surprised he didn't die from that. Get out of here. Creepy Zant head thing. Which makes this dungeon seem goofier than it should be. With that, we get a key gun. Okay, so what do we do here? Yes, some more of this. Oh, shoot. Not what I was waiting for. Ugh! Can I have my space, please? Thank you very much. Okay, so they can actually come inside. Okay, so there's only 3 of them. I know I can barely see them, but... that was a bit chaotic. Okay, it's fog, not shadow bugs. What was I thinking? Shadow bugs? Ken! What are you on today? Acid? Just like this entire dungeon? That didn't take long at all. So let's come up here, my friends, and we will fight ourselves another mini-boss. Or not. Gosh darn it. Oh! More of them. Things are there? Okay, only 4 of them. Not too bad. Alright. So next up, we need to get up here somehow. Can I even reach that? See? Told you guys. There are more dungeons in the game that utilize the double claw shot than the others, which is why I'm pretty okay with the double claw shot upgrade, to be honest. So yeah, the game didn't forget about it, despite it being towards the end of the game. I just wish it treated the other items in the same manner. We got another small key gun. See if I can finish this video in like 5 more minutes. That'd be nice. I'm pretty sure I can if I just try hard enough. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can! No, Link. Bad Link. Bad Lunk. I'll be rolling into doors. Like that. Alrighty, so what's next? What's next on the agenda for us, Zant? Another Phantom Zant. Is he going to change it up any? A little. Or maybe a lot. Holy crap, there's way too many of them. It's a bit too telegraphed. And we're just going to do this again, aren't we? Maybe I should try a different attack, because I feel like I can link in more damage by doing normal stabs than jump attacks. Because I have way too much ending lag after that jump attack. Yeah, that felt like it did more damage. Where is he? I had no other choice. Wow, that radio in the background is way too loud for my liking. I'd assume it would have picked it up over the headsets, but I know I've been wrong on that account several times. Where are you, Zant? You're just delaying the inevitable, aren't you? I'm not going to lie, this is kind of boring. This is all you're doing. It's just you're just figuring out when he does that, and then give him a few good attacks, and that's it. Occasionally watching out for crap like this. There we go. Here we go. Alright, hearts. Yes. Hearts. Yes. Alrighty. Nope, I can't skip that as much as I'd like to. Hey, Skyward Sword, why didn't you put in the ability to skip cutscenes? Maybe that Zelda game could use one. Okay, so we have a little bit of backtracking to do, and once we do that, we'll get our quote-unquote dungeon item. And I guess to save the suspense of this oh-so-awesome item, we'll just show it off in the next part once I get close enough anyway. Oh my word. Bats! Okay, I can what? I can skip that, but not... Game, what is your reasoning? Go away. Can I actually reach that? No, I cannot. Oh, that's what you're supposed to do. You got that split-second delay. No, you will not have this ball. That's a bit too low. This is a bit overwhelming. Let's get you stuck behind a wall again. You weren't going anywhere when I did that. No, let's... Fail miserable! No. Darn it. Ugh. Go away, you stupid bat! You son of a MacGuffin. Like, seriously, stop following me. Ugh. No! No! You jerk! What? Oh, man. Thanks. Oh, wait, I can still get him? Why isn't it letting me target him? Okay. I was about to freak out for a moment. I thought once he grabbed it once, it's all over. But no, that's apparently not the case. How do I even grab it from right here? That's what I'm curious about. It's like I can't even reach from here. Yeah, so... Okay. Go away, you dumb hand thing. Yeah, let's just lose sight of it. Okay, so I just grab it from way up there, okay. Makes plenty of sense. Kind of. That was a bit tricky. Let's just hope this next room here isn't as difficult. Well, what am I kidding? Challenge is my middle name. Ken Challenge Meister LP. I don't exactly like the ring of that. Whoa. This is a bit treacherous. Okay. Maybe it's not as hard as I thought it was initially. These bats might prove to be a bit annoying. Whoop! Okay. Good. Now we've made it outside. Okay, I seriously need to go and turn down that freaking radio. Like, I'd like to do it now, but... I can't believe my mom left it on, like, right as soon as she left. She was cleaning my brother's room. It's so shiny. Shiny as a magoozle. Is that even a word? Or even a valid one to begin with? You don't get anything for doing this, but... it makes you look like a good Samaritan, I guess. stranger. Alrighty, so next time we will place the soul into that thing on the right and get our quote-unquote dungeon item. So see you guys then.